What's up, guys? In today's episode, I talk about how it's my awesome birthday and how Guitar Center completely butchered it. It's a long one. Stay tuned. What is up, you guys? It's your boy Luis Torres, and oh man, Guitar Center completely dropped the ball, or dropped the cabinet. So, so, so it's my birthday. I broke up completely excited and happy, like everyone usually does on their birthday. Another round around the sun is always awesome. And once you get up there in age and you start getting some of your grays, you're just like, dude, I'm glad I'm just still around. So my buddy Chris, who's the owner of Amp Guru Profiles, was just like, yo, I know you've been looking for a Bogner cabinet because I have a Bogner Ubershawl. And funny enough, I had a Bogner 412 Uber cab. And then figured, you know what, I'm probably not going to get the head. Lo and behold, I ended up selling the cabinet to BJ Sampson out in Washington, who's an absolutely incredible guitarist. And if you're into deathcore, you definitely know who he is. So how upset was it to have a 412, sell it, and then at some point end up getting the head? So Chris reached out to me and he's like, yo, there's actually a Bogner 412 that you can grab. And, I was eyeing it for the last few days and I'm like, it's my birthday. It's my birthday. Yes. Yo, it's my birthday. Guess who's going to have a new used Bogner 412? So this morning I put in the order. And if you guys have ever worked with Guitar Center, like Chris has, and like a number of you guys have, where at some point, sometimes there's a weird, odd hiccup, I wanted to avoid that because guess what, son? I placed the order, got a confirmation number and everything. Hey, it's going to be shipped to your local store because it's a big cabinet. I didn't want it to get shipped to my house and all of a sudden it's in parts. And how do you explain that it's in pieces? You know what? Just send it to the GC in Albany, New York. So I end up realizing that, like, you know what? For whatever reason, which I've seen before, I placed the order, got a confirmation, and the item is still on their website. So just to avoid any conflict, I pull up the number to the store in Tennessee, in Goodlettsville, Tennessee, which is just slightly 3 towns north of Nashville. So I call because for me, I want to make sure, hey, I bought it. I want to make sure, one, that I'm not someone who's placing an order after someone else has. But aside from that, I want to make sure if I'm the only person that put the order in, I want to make sure someone else isn't going to place an order and now they have, $700 locked in there. So I call and I get the manager on the phone. I didn't know who the manager was, but I just kind of expressed like, hey, I'm actually a YouTuber. I review amps, guitars, and I just bought a Bogner 412 cabinet from the website. I want to make sure that there are no hangups with getting it. So if I can speak to the manager, he's like, oh, I'm the manager. I'm like, okay. And I kind of expressed like, hey, I have a bunch of friends that have had different issues with Guitar Center. I'm just trying to avoid that, which is why I'm calling. And, for the most part, if you buy anything from Guitar Center, call the store where it's at. That way they understand that, whatever shenanigans they usually do, because you have to keep in mind that Guitar Center, the website, if you buy something that's at a store, the store doesn't get sales credit for that item. The website team does. So lots of times, this happened with my Fort in Cali where, I'm buying an amp for $3,000. Literally a few hours later, I get a cancellation and I'm just like, I call my boy Chris and he's like, bro, this is all the nonsense that they usually do because someone can feasibly walk into the store and be like, I want that Cali. Oh, but someone just bought it online. Let me cancel it from the website and then you can buy it so we get the credit. So I know that they do stupid things like that. So I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to happen. So I kind of said like, hey, listen, I know that some stores have actually done that. I don't know if this manager got some kind of, was offended. And I'm just like, I don't care. For me, I'm just like, it's my birthday. He didn't know that. But it was just frustrating because then he was just like, I don't understand. You bought this online. What do you want me to do? And I'm just like, is it 2022? Does this dude not realize what I just, rambled on to him, that I want to make sure that I actually get the cabinet? So I just said, listen, I want to make sure at the very least that someone there pulls the cabinet or labels it and says this has actually been purchased by someone else. And he kind of gets upset and hangs up on me. So I call back. And the manager there, whose first name starts with an R, in case, I was just like, this dude can't possibly be the man. You hung up on me over nothing. So he's like, I hung up on you because you were yelling. And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, bro, I'm from Brooklyn. If I were yelling, you would know I was yelling because it is very clear that I am yelling. But I'm being stern because that's just the type of guy that I am. Like, hey, listen, this is what I did. This is what I want to find out what your policy and procedure is with regard to someone buying an item, calling you saying, hey, the item is still on the website. I want to make sure no one gets it. What do you guys normally do? Apparently, this has never happened there, so I had to kind of explain to him. Hangs up on me again, dude, a second time. Oh, man, so I'm just, I'm one of those dudes. I call back. What's up, my man? Hey, listen, I know you said you're the manager, but I can't possibly imagine you being the manager. So I'm going to keep calling back until you put me through to someone else who isn't going to be combative. Well, you're yelling at me. I'm like, trust me. So I had to dude, trust me that I'm not yelling at you, but I can't talk to you either. So you need to put someone else on the phone so I can talk to them. Click, hangs up on me. 3 times. To make a long story short, he hangs up on me 7 times total. The last one, when I called back, I'm like, dude, you need to tell me who your boss's name is. I'm sorry, but, you need to tell me who your boss is. So he said his name is Reed Williams. And I'm like, all right, what position does he hold? And he's the regional manager, which to me, I'm just already, like, if you're the regional, I need to find out who the East Coast manager is for all of Guitar Center, because that regional has a boss and I need to reach out to your boss and your boss's boss. Just because, if this has happened to me now and it's happened to a bunch of other people, I can't imagine that the executives at the top don't know about it, but they ought to, and they should probably hear it from a YouTuber who's just like, it's my birthday and I don't like the way this has gone on. So the last time I'm talking to him, I was so offended. Bro, look at me. Do I look like I need fucking cabinets? I have cabinets over here on the side. I don't need a Bogner 412 cabinet. Trust me that I don't. I have cabinets on the stairs. I have cabinets on that side. I have 3 Mesa 412 cabinets over here. A Marshall. I have all of these. I seriously, I need another cabinet. I need an extra face. But I was so offended. When you're just like, dude, you're so annoying. And I said, I'm going to cancel my order. And we hung up. So I ended up calling the customer service line and they're like, oh, hey, what's your confirmation number? So I give it to him, GWC, whatever, bunch of numbers. And he's like, how can I help you with this? I'm like, I need to cancel this order. He's like, you just placed it. I'm like, I know. I just got off the phone with the rudest, manager, because I can't, again, he can't possibly have been the manager. Maybe the supervisor, which even then is still kind of like you couldn't find someone else that has a little more patience. I don't know, but this dude can't possibly be the manager. I'm going to reach out to that store again to find out who the manager is, or go online and see if I can find it. So he's kind of like, hey, did you want to replace it? I'm like, nope, I just don't want to do business with Guitar Center. So he runs everything. He ends up canceling the order. I get the cancellation email. And have you guys had similar, frustrating situations or conflicts with Guitar Center in the past? If you have, please, in the comments below, share them. Chris, you're more than welcome to add 3 or 10 or 25 of the issues that you've had where you buy an amp for $5,000 and it arrives completely smashed because someone put a little piece of paper as protection against UPS and FedEx delivery. On my birthday, I would love to share that it has been completely ruined by Guitar Center's manager at the Good Littsville store in Tennessee. That's just how it rolls, my boys. So I have to figure out what I'm going to buy for my birthday today, and I will be using Sweetwater. Because of all the years that I've been using Sweetwater, I still haven't had a single issue. There isn't even a partial issue. Not even a fraction. A fraction of a fraction. Nothing. It's always been perfect with Sweetwater. And they're just, they clearly take customer service to a next level. Whereas Guitar Center, you guys are bust. I hope your stock goes down to 0 and all your stores close and ugh. What a nightmare today was. And, I wanted to share my personal experience with what happened today on your boy's birthday. So that way you guys can decide if you want to work with Guitar Center. But I'm done. I will never work with Guitar Center again. And I never do. It's just that they had something that I kind of figured that I wanted, that Chris sent. And it is what it is. So guys, hopefully you will take this to heart. I'm a laid back dude. Nothing stresses me out. Nothing frustrates me. But if I'm talking to you and you're the manager and you are literally cutting me off and just talking over me, like, bro, what kind of conversations actually occur that way? And he was a little sensitive, a little butthurt. And he said, well, you weren't letting me talk. And I'm like, the way conversations go is if I'm talking, wait until I'm done talking, and then you can talk and you can share your 2 cents. And then when you're done talking, I can share my 2 cents. But what's never going to happen is a customer who spent several $100s for a cabinet that he doesn't need, and you're stepping over me and you're disrespecting me like that. Come on, son. I'm going to talk to your boss. I'm going to talk to your boss's boss, and I'm going to send a letter to the CEO, and you can pull up the board of directors from Guitar Center and find out who they are, and you can get their name and information and find out who they are. So if you guys are on LinkedIn, I'm not on LinkedIn, can you do me a favor? Find out who this Reed Williams is from Guitar Center, who's the regional, and find out, if you can, who his boss is. I'm sure I'll find out later, but if you guys feel like doing a little research on your boy's birthday, then yes, that you're awesome. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Fuck you, Guitar Center. Go to hell. Hope your stock goes down to 0. And as usual, this birthday boy who's not wearing his birthday suit until later, we'll talk to you soon. That was funny. That was funny. My birthday suit. That was funny. That was funny. But anyway, I'm going to run out of my Splawn Quick Rod 100 that's running into my VFE standout to my ESP M2 with Gary Holt EMGs.